What is going on, fellow board members? Welcome to another exciting episode here on Ord's Board. So that's right, guys, we are doing a Sonic the Hedgehog movie review. So, went and saw the movie last night, and guys, honestly, it is everything that I thought it was going to be. I enjoyed most of the movie. It is definitely something I think you guys should go see, and definitely support this, and I know a lot of people have been saying that, but I think this is something that you guys should go support for the simple fact that once the fans spoke out at the displeasure for the awful, nightmare-inducing Sonic that was originally intended, going back and changing it, I thought was a great thing for fans. They listened to the fans, they listened to people. They changed it, and I think it worked out for the better. I don't know if I would have been able to enjoy this movie with the nightmare-inducing Sonic that they had before. I just don't know. All right, guys, so one point I want to make really quick, though. The studio that did all the rework for Sonic the Hedgehog basically got shut down as soon as they were done with the Sonic the Hedgehog stuff. I don't know why this is, what the reasoning for it was, but as soon as they were done doing all the redoing Sonic and the design of Sonic, they shut it down. So hopefully those people got jobs elsewhere, and it makes me wonder what they're going to do for Sonic the Hedgehog 2, because we want to make sure it's consistent, that Sonic is consistent at this point, especially all the work that's gone into it. So if anybody knows why they shut that studio down, please leave a comment down below and let me know. I'd be really interested to hear about it. All right, guys, so this is a non-spoiler review, of course. So anybody who has not seen the movie, you don't have to worry about it. We're going to go into some detail, but nothing that's going to totally ruin the movie for you. But yeah, again, a non-spoiler review of the movie. So hopefully you guys enjoy. All right, so through the first quarter of the movie, I would have to say the movie did start off pretty slow. Personally, I was not a big fan of the character Tom, counterpart to Sonic. His wife's character, I thought she was a little dry. The acting was a little dry there. But once things started popping off within the movie about a quarter of the way through, then it really started to get interesting, and I think that actress came into her own of that role. So I feel like it was a little rocky for her at the beginning of the movie, but eventually did fall into a good, tight place. That might be my only criticism of this movie, is the beginning, like I said, is just kind of slow. So moving on, to the midsection of the movie, things start ramping up. We start seeing some really cool Dr. Robotnik, tech, which is really interesting. Speaking of Dr. Robotnik, man, from the beginning that he starts to the end, just like everybody else says, man, it's totally Jim Carrey from the 90s, but with a little bit of a twist, I think. I think people are selling the whole, this is the 90s Jim Carrey a little too much, because yes, this is a 90s Jim Carrey, a masked Jim Carrey, but it's in a different light. He's a bad guy. And it is kind of weird for me, growing up seeing Jim Carrey in all these movies. It is weird to see him a little bit in a dark side, but it's interesting at the same point. I think he did a great job. It was a lot of fun. And then by the end of the movie, I mean, Jim Carrey looks the part. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to give any spoilers away, but if you're going to go, just to see the evolution of that character, I think you're really going to enjoy that. And that's one thing I really liked about the Dr. Robotnik character is the development of that character through it. And then the end scene we have, which is really, really cool cinematically. So as the movie begins to ramp up, we're getting a lot of really cool CGI stuff. Get to see a gradual growth in Sonic's powers. And then the end is just kind of, an all-out fun. And there's so many nostalgic nods to the video games. There's so many Easter eggs in this, some of the things they say. And anybody who has any experience playing Sonic the Hedgehog is going to understand a lot of the Easter egg references and stuff like that. They even reference a lot of pop culture. There's a Star Wars reference in there, a bunch of other references. So it's really interesting how they connect to the audience in that sense. All right, guys, so towards the end of the movie, we get a scene that basically plays out in the beginning of the movie, which sets the tone, explains the situation they're in, and then goes into the story leading up to that moment. And then every moment after that is new and exciting. And the end of the movie kind of leads up to this really almost like coming of power type thing, almost like Dragon Ball Z, where Goku becomes Super Saiyan sort of thing. Again, we're treated to this really great scene of color. And to be honest, guys, I'm not sure if I've ever seen Sonic look so badass than he does at the end of this movie. And you really feel it, and you can connect to these characters. And there are these moments that kind of bring you in emotionally. If you are a person who likes to get lost in those moments, you're really going to enjoy them. I think if you're a person who isn't a big fan of the cheesiness, you might, I wouldn't say cringe, but you might step back and go, that's a little silly. But you do have these moments of emotion where people are connecting, and it does make you feel for the characters. So the movie hits all the right points, I think. So part of me kind of feels like they played it safe in some of this movie. Some of the scenes, they played it a little safe. And then some of the scenes, they really tried to reach out and try something new and interesting. So there's a really good blend of, I think, of a little bit of everything for everybody in this movie. So I don't know why these crazy people were saying all this stuff about the Sonic movie, but I don't remember any homophobic slurs in this movie whatsoever. It is a fun family film. The kids absolutely loved it. As a matter of fact, I took my daughter, and after we walked out of the theater, she says, that was one of the best movies I've ever seen. So there you go, guys. It is not a bad movie for adults. It's a great movie for kids. Parents, you will not be bored if you take your kids to go see this. So I definitely suggest to go take your kids to see this. Anyway, guys, I don't want to talk too much about it, but it's just a fun movie to go see. It's everything I expected. You get the nostalgia feels. You get the name drops. You get the cool Easter eggs, guys. It's just a good, fun movie, chock full of interesting things to reminisce on. And then we get this really great mid-credit scene that just kind of brings it all together and gets you excited for something more to come. So anyway, guys, go see the movie Sonic the Hedgehog in theaters. Support this movie. I definitely ask you guys, please go support this movie in any way that you can. Whether you share this review out and get people into theaters to see the movie, or however you do it, guys, just support this movie. I think it's a great thing to do. Anyway, guys, so that's the video. Hopefully you liked it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button down below. Make sure you hit the bell for notifications, guys. And as always, make sure you hit that subscription button. It always helps. Yeah, guys, Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Go see it. Support it. I love all of you guys, and we will catch you on the other side. Peace.